copyrighted material used under the fair use provisions of U.S. Copyright Law, Title 17 U.S. Code Section 107. It is intended for educational, commentary, and research purposes. All rights belong to their respective owners. No copyright infringement is intended.
Hello!
Hello!
Say hello, Marty. Honey, it's so good to see you. We have to wave like this. Hello.
Hello!
Hello.
Just like, the royals in England.
I am so not royal or delicate. Those are not words that go with me.
Please, man. Please.
I'm so happy. You know why I'm so happy?
Why?
Because Kevin is back. And he is backstage, and I can't wait. He is like a three-peater because it's going to be 3 times in a row that he's been on show.
I know.
You need to get him a jacket, a three-peater jacket with like 3, like SNL. I'm totally working on it. I will bedazzle that jacket. I'll buy a jacket, bedazzle the heck out of it, and send it to Kevin.
Well, and then Kevin can wear it at his concerts.
A bedazzled 3-peater jacket. 3-peater. Mine for MF 3-peater. That's all. Can you imagine wearing that t-shirt? Now that I said it out loud, it sounds so wrong and so bad. But, we have so many friends in chat, but I don't want to leave our Kevin back there backstage so lonely. Should we just bring him up and say hi to Chad with him?
Yes. Let's
do you think, chatters? I need to see chatters.
Hey, everybody on the chat. Thank you for being here. We love you. And we love it here.
I'm so excited. Oh my God, we got so many people. Okay, I think I'm just going to bring him in.
Let's bring him in.
Let's do this right. Hold on. Oh, la, 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 la. I have, you were so funny. You were talking about groupies.
Yes.
Groupies. The Mind Fork groupies are going to be joining us shortly. They're backstage. They're making noise. They're like getting drunk. They've been partying. They're on a bender just because Kevin is here. So I'm going to bring him in because the girls are like so excited. And here, without further ado, chat, everybody.
Without further ado.
Kevin Estrella. Estrella or Estrella? I always say it in Spanish. We'll let him correct. Right?
But you can. He told you before. You can say it however you like. I say Estrella. You say Estrella.
Potato, Estrella.
Oh,
here we go. It's Kevin.
It's Kevin.
You hear the groupies? You hear the groupies in the background. It's like groupies. But you don't understand. You don't understand, Kevin, the impact that you have. Girls, chill. We're going to go back. The girls are out of control right now. I can't. I'm going to switch you over here. Here we go. Girls, oh my God, now put you back on. Hold on. The girls, wait, no, girls. They're going crazy because I put it, but you don't know what they've been looking at.
I feel like the Beatles. Like
exactly. Wait. I have a visual of this. Hold on. They've been watching this all day.
Oh, wow.
They've been partying. They're like, woo!
That's
partying
so
backstage.
cool.
Girls, chill the out. Okay? Chill out. You're like, wow. Yeah, I know. Girls. Just chill out, girls. Okay. We're back to Kevin. Here we go. Kevin is back live. Those were the girls. Hopefully they can keep it together. But dude, okay, so talk about synchronicity. What did Marley bring up right before we started? She was talking about your groupies, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
I didn't tell her about this.
No.
I did not tell her. This whole bit, I came up with it this morning to add groupies for you. And she said it. She's like, you have groupies. And I'm like, you have no freaking idea how true that is, girlfriend.
That is so funny. It's funny how that works, eh? That's
beautiful.
That video is awesome. I don't know how you do that. That's just so cool.
It's like, girls! Oh no! You see, you got the girls started and they're back there. Oh no! Yes, I know. I'm gonna take him off stage again, you girls. Girls, chill out. Wow. Okay, now back to you. Okay, this is on a loop. Okay, now that we have properly introduced, let's say hi to chat while we let Kevin compose himself. Talk to Kevin while I pop up chat names there. Marley's crying.
I'm laughing. I'm just laughing. That was hilarious because that was the one thing I didn't know was going to happen.
You didn't know the groupies were coming because I had to surprise everybody here. Stacy's in the house, y'all.
Hey, Stacy.
Benny, our resident Benny. Benny comes here and shows all his own videos. Benny or Ben, the two of us. There we go. I'm gonna bring in like Michael Jackson or Oliviero from Picanha. AML, this friends of Kevin.
That's Angela. Yeah.
Angela.
Oh, that's Angela. I always mess up. Angela.
And there's
Angela.
Rebecca.
And there's
I'm
Rebecca.
getting it.
Yep.
Tara. Oh my God, Tara. You
And
see,
Tara's on. Woohoo.
I never
Awesome.
knew you had
Tara.
such a
Never
groupie
knew you had
following.
such a groupie following.
She's rude. And Rebecca. We're gonna talk about Boop later. We'll talk about the Boop incident. Jeanette Angel's in the house. Mwah, Jeanette, she's such a sweetheart. And then let me see who else Diane Boss is in the house somewhere. Getting up.
She's
Diane Boss. She's such a. Oh yeah. And Nathan. Hold on. Okay, Nathan is on your chat. Oh, and Tara's on your chat. Hold on. You're gonna have to do more talking because I have two chats. We are multi-streaming today from Mindfork and from Cosmic Carousel. Tara, hey Tara, and Tara is on the Cosmic Carousel chat, and she's on the Cosmic Carousel, and then a bunch of people in the Mindfork. We're just saying hi. So, Kevin, I'll
Yes.
brief you. How are you, darling?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Do you like my addition to my studio here? It looks like Sue Walker's studio now, eh?
Show and tell, man. This is such a show and tell. Look at that. I work for Tilcom. I need a t-shirt.
Yes, I
Yes.
know.
That's
Yes.
awesome. Oh,
And then
that
we got-
picture, Jurudy.
We got Judy down here below. We
Yeah.
got Tani. That's a brand new one with Tani.
Beautiful.
And
And
then
then Gerudy with the flowers.
blue. This is Judy sniffing roses, done in a Waterhouse style. This is one of the most beautiful portraits I've seen Sue do. She's
in chat.
she's here. Sue's here. Awesome. Check out
Thank you, Sue.
check out Sue's studio part 2, eh? Look at this, eh? Isn't this awesome?
It is
Right?
incredible.
There's two of them. There's two salons, and she is on the Cosmic Carousel chat. So say hi.
That's awesome.
Hey there,
Sue's
Sue.
here.
I love your new painting, Sue. I'm so happy you're here.
This one is just absolutely gorgeous. One
It's
of the best
lovely.
ones you've done.
And
I
the
think so,
eye.
too.
I love the eye.
Oh yeah, check out the eye, the Ponte eye up here.
I love that. That's
Beautiful.
gorgeous. That's gorgeous, Sue. We love it.
And
Sue's
then
on-
if you look to the side, we got I think it's Thought. He's dressed up as Jean Van Cleef, Lee Van Cleef from
Oh my God!
yeah, from the how do you call it? The old Western movies.
Yeah.
And then
Oh my
below
God.
here, you'll
Let me
see
I'm gonna take the
that's-
comment off so we can see the screen. Oh, we can't see it because of that.
the
Go ahead.
bottom here. And the bottom here is actually radar, and that's him
I wanna see
snorting
radar.
himself off the couch after I sneezed tea all over him.
Let me see. I was trying to get Kevin. I'm trying to get a view of just Kevin. Oh, I can't get it. But yeah, we need to do more show and tell over time.
Yes.
With the new pictures because my God. Oh, here we go. And Sue's at the Gale Corral. She's talking about the picture.
Corral.
Gale Corral.
Gail Carell.
It's so cool. So everybody's already having a great time. So today, chatters, if you guys have questions, put them in all caps. I think Marley and I were talking about starting with focusing on the music because there's so many sides. He's a multifaceted guy, right? We're going to talk about music. We're going to talk about inspiration.
Yep.
Not inspiration, and we're going to talk about Mars.
Yes.
else, Marley?
Yeah,
What else?
lots of cool things to talk about.
We got so many things, right?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
Buckle up. Yes, Kevin.
So to get us warmed up, should we get warmed up?
Oh, yeah.
Today is the grand premiere. Okay, my poor Kevin has not seen this video. Okay, so there's song. I don't know when did you write this song? Light Cycles on Mars.
Not too long ago, probably in this year. Actually, I wrote it this year.
Really?
And with this song, it's actually a little bit different than how I normally write, because there's a lot less guitar in this song, and it came together in two different pieces, so to speak. With the main melody guitar came together, and then I had this like concept of the song, taking the theme of Tron, the movies, from the original 80s, and then Tron 2.0, the new one that came out, many years ago. And then just synchronicity, now we have the new Tron Ares movie, which is just coming out. So it looks, and that looks amazing. So I wanted to stick with the traditional kind of analog synthesizers that were used in the original movies from the 80s and stay within that theme. So there's probably about 20 different patches of synthesizers. Most of it is actually, I'm using the Mini Moog. So it's the Mini Moog. And then there's a few, and then they use the Oberheim for one of the sections, and a couple other ones as well. But I really try to stay true to that kind of sound of the 80s. And then the song just kind of takes you on a trip. It's supposed to be like imagery. It's an imagery song.
I am so excited to hear this because we hadn't really talked. The only thing, obviously, the group is Pyramids on Mars. It's the name of the band, and Kevin has a big connection to Mars. And you had mentioned Tron, so this is basically the production, the combination of all those things with your song. I'm really nervous because it's like, I hope you like it. I'm showing it to you for the first time, and it's like, it could totally bomb. I hope you guys enjoy it. This is a world premiere of the music video for Light Cycles on Mars. So, let's see how this turns out, shall we? I'm going to put you there. Is it showing?
It's
Is it showing?
Yeah,
it's your
On the screen? But is it showing up on the screen?
It's showing your mind forked music videos with a twist. Yeah.
Yeah, my bandwidth is bad over here. So I see nothing on screen. So I'm kind of like going blind. So I'm going to go ahead and add it back.
Yeah,
okay, I'm going to add it back, and here we go.
Cycle 1. Cycle 2. Cycle 3. Cycle 4.
Wow. Just wow.
Do you like it?
Wow. It was amazing. I don't know how you did that.
I'm so glad. It is crazy because when you said the story you were thinking about, it's a journey. I just merged it with the Time Machine and Tron.
It was
You know,
just
it's.
amazing.
I am so
Wow.
glad. Yeah,
The images and the storytelling and just everything. And
Nathan,
you made me look good.
you look fantastic, dude. You're like, it is a
Look,
movie. In my head, it became a movie. It's like you know what it reminded me of? Black Mirror. I was
Yes.
thinking if I had to write an episode of Black Mirror,
Yeah.
I would say that somebody in a current apocalyptic showdown is something that looks like it's about to just go down. And thinking, and you guys are going to get into Mars and your experiences and the things, you know, because there's people have connections. Some people have been there, you know, in other lives. So it just kind of started coming to me, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to run with it. And I kept telling Marley, I'm like, I don't know. So Nathan asked if it's going to be, yes, it is going to be on YouTube. I'm going to premiere it. I'm going to just have it out there. There we go. Nathan from the Quantum Show is here. And he's like, is that on YouTube? It will be on YouTube later on today. And it will be in Kevin's inbox for him to do whatever he wants by the end of the day.
Be posting that very soon.
Yeah. And we'll close with the video. If you guys, if there's no people that join, we'll just close with the video, see it one more time together as a closing if you guys want. But I thought it'd be a good way to also get us started, right? In the conversation. Let me put you in the conversation because it merges your music and Mars in pyramids. So first of all, I'm so glad you like it. I'll let you speak.
It was beyond anything I even imagined it being. You did such an amazing job. It was so freaking cool.
I had such a great time doing it, and the more it's like, okay, do I do Do I do like blue rays? Do I do blue like energy around you? It's just so much fun to play with stuff like that. And your music is inspiring, man.
Absolutely.
And that's why I want to talk about your inspiration, because you have we're going to play a video in a little while of some of your music and some of the lessons
Okay.
that you provide.
Yeah,
But tell me a little bit about your music and the tie to Mars. And Marley, pipe in. I'm going to be chatting. You take over
Yeah.
the talk. I'm chatting.
No, this is great. Like, I really want Kevin to be able to share. And I mean, I absolutely love the video. There was a couple of little changes that I hadn't seen, but I thought it was great. I knew you were going to love it, Kevin, because I know you, and I knew you would love it. So it's so beautiful. But please share with people about your inspiration. Like, where did this start for you? Why Pyramids on Mars? Why the name? When did it start? And what gave you the inspiration to start it?
Sure. Okay. So it was shortly while I was still in my band, Shatter Instinct, which was a very Tool influenced band, and we had a singer and a pretty normal type of band. I was listening to a drummer who I was very inspired by, and he's slipping my mind at the moment his name. But anyway, his album called Serious Young Insects, there was a song on there called Pyramids on Mars. And I decided that I wanted to bookmark that name for my solo project if and ever a solo project were to commence. And Pyramids on Mars was born actually in January of 2011. So the idea was to take my initial inspiration from when I was in high school. When I first heard Joe Satriani, he was a huge influence on me, and I wanted to be able to play like him and write music in his style, which is instrumental with where the guitar sings melodies, and that was what was really my calling and my true love of that. I also spent several years studying melody, and I bought some books on melody and why Beatles songs are so popular, and studying the structure of melodies. And I really wanted to create melodies that people would capture, and they could hear it and they would recognize it right away and be able to sing and hum it along. I think there's a lot of guitarists who don't go really down that pathway so much. And a lot of guitarists tend to write music for guitar players, and that was not my intention. My music was to write music for everyone to enjoy. It's not about technique. It's about speaking a language. It's about saying something. It's about telling a story. It's about connecting on the soul level. And it just so happened to be that the Ponte were quite on board with exactly what it was that I was doing. And then they went on to explain about tonal language and the important what tonal language is. And then so I started to become a little bit more mindful of what I already was doing, but with making it a mantra in regards to this is who I am, this is how I'm going to write my music. And I'll just read to you, from Tani what she said. Tonal languages. In tonal languages, harmonic variations on repeating themes is strongly utilized. Repeating phrases in music are like rhyming phrases in spoken language and allow memorization and accurate retelling of the original story, easier to learn and remember. Besides the intent of your emotional sending out beyond the edges of time, your musical story needs an introduction, a climax, and an ending resolution. Use this idea of repeated music phrases and themes so clearly that your audience can easily recall it and hum it all the way home. In your musical writing, set the intent of desire to feel the story within the physical body of your audience by creating a musical phrase they want to repeat and repeat in their thoughts and memories. Feel inside themselves spontaneously. I hope this concept is clear to me.
That's
mean,
awesome.
You can't get more clear than that.
No, what year was that you got that from her?
I would say probably 2017, 2018.
Yeah, well, because I remember you reading that to me when you had received that, and I couldn't remember what year that was, but it just is so incredible. And that is when I really noticed your music before that was really awesome already. But after that, and after you started implementing those ideas, it just it carried it to a completely different level. Don't you agree? Like you just I listen to your music, Kevin, and I just feel so much soul, so much soul.
So Sue says that whole quote from Tini needs to be a video. Yeah.
I agree.
I agree. I agree.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
I
we're
agree.
I'll help you guys out with that because that's beautiful.
We will do that. We will put that together for sure. Because I think that that's a really beautiful thing. And it's really important to know the help and why you were given this little extra boost, kind of,
Yeah.
But I mean, you've been so much a part of the Ponte. It makes sense to me that you would be gifted something like this, right? And you do amazing things with it, Kevin. And I've got to tell you, I've known you for quite some time now, and I'm really proud of you. I am so proud of your music and the things that you have accomplished. It warms my heart. Like, honestly, I'm just so happy for you and so proud of you because I feel it. And it is something that we do recognize and we do feel and we do remember. The different music you've sent me over the last number of years, it's music I remember. And it just stays in my head. It stays in my heart. It stays in my soul. And it just carries through. So if that was your intention for the people that listen, then it's worked. It has worked incredibly.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Marley. I didn't know if I was really making that difference in my music. People really being able to hear the melodies that I was playing until a couple years ago when I was in the car with my kids, my teenage kids, Ryan, Rachel, and Logan. And then Ryan says, "Dad, put on some Pyramids on Mars." And so I throw in a CD, and he sang the entire melody throughout the entire song. He just sang the whole thing, song after song after song. Both he and Rachel were singing the melodies, the entire song. So it's like, wow, I am doing it. I am writing something that the average person can sing along with and remember it. Like it's like humming your favorite, whatever. So
Absolutely. Well, your music makes me get up and want to move. Like normally, if we weren't doing the video, I would be up moving around. So,
we got a question from Sue.
Yes.
When you write music in the key they tuned your guitar to, does it feel different in any way?
It did. And what she's talking about was my album. Which album was it? Edge of the Black. No, was it Edge of the Black? No, it was actually Cosmic Angels, my last album. Half of the music was written on my Les Paul, which was retuned purposely by the Ponte, by Grayson in particular. And what he had done was, like, I have my guitar's in a drop D tuning. So you take the E string, low string, and you tune it to the D so that it matches with the other D. So it's like D, A, D. These are like the last three strings in your guitar. Tool play in that all the time. But my old band, Shatter Instinct, we took that whole tuning and dropped it down a whole step to play in drop C. And that was our tuning. What happened, I picked up the guitar one day and it just sounded so low in tone and rich. And when I started to play it, I writing all this new music. Like it just came. And what happened was I had to get a tone generator because I realized the guitar had been retuned. It wasn't out of tune. It was retuned purposely by somebody, and they dropped the frequencies even lower than the C. So when I checked it, it was like something like A sharp, because like I tune my guitars normally to 432 hertz. This was obviously tuned to a completely different frequency. I got a tone generator, and then when I was able to check what tone the string was tuned to, that's when I completely freaked out. It was solfeggio. It was a low drop C.
It's a solfeggio. Okay.
Yeah, in four in.
And is this
in
Grayson?
444 hertz. It was
Yeah.
Grayson.
Is this Grayson? This
That's
is the
Grayson
culprit.
McConnell.
He's the one that retuned the guitar.
He's the culprit.
So.
Yes, he sure is.
And
So
you
he
know,
did it,
oh, sorry, Kevin, go ahead.
and it did have a different sound. It had a different vibe to it altogether. He attuned it to a baritone setting. Basically, he turned my guitar into a baritone. So it's almost like it's not a bass, but it's just slightly above bass. So it's very, very tone and rich in the notes. And then what he did was, I was interviewing Sue on my radio show, and what does he do? He interrupts the radio show to talk through Sue. So how's the new tuning working? And then he gave me a whole lesson in regards to how I should be playing that guitar and that tuning. And then I'm serious. It was like, see, I can find it. Hang on, I'll read it to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll read it to you, man. It's funny. It's funny. He's nuts. It's just like he's crazy.
It's awesome.
Oliviera's back in the chat just making like dad jokes about Mars, and it's cracking me up. I love you, Oliviera. I don't think I'll be able to book an umbrella at the beach club on Mars. It's too crowded this year, because he was talking about everybody going to Mars, that they're going to need traffic cops and traffic signals.
Yes.
Go ahead, Kevin.
That's hilarious.
Okay. All right. So, yeah. So he says, first of all, Kevin, you play to the soup, to the ripple through the collective consciousness proactively. You designed your music to do that. That's rare. Grayson, that's what he said. That's the first thing he said through Sue when he interrupted my radio show. And then he said, is the retuning making sense and allowing greater nuances in your music writing? Emphasize the harmonics and use the E as the apostrophe, so the low note.
Mhm.
Emphasize the harmonic tones in the chords, and then the deeper note becomes the exclamation mark, the apostrophe, the eureka, the pinnacle, the crescendo of the piece, and bring it to full circle. He's likening to writing a play script. That's what Sue said. You're telling a story. You are starting and ending with the apostrophe at the beginning, capturing the attention of your audience, makes them sit up and listen and go, what was that? And the apostrophe at the end solidifies the ripple through the soup. So when he told me how to do that, the song that was written next in that, with that in mind, it's called Arcturian Sunset on Cosmic Angels. And
I remember that song.
yeah, so there's something, it's really, it sounds like it's on another planet, the way the guitar is tuned. You have the oceans roaring in slowly, and then you have these synthesizers that are capturing chords that are being played through the guitar, and it's just a really trippy song.
It is.
And what was cool was that when I envisioned that song, I could see a crystal planet. I think it was Arcturus, and I could see the ocean waves, but I could see crystal shores and and I played this song for Vivian Shelved, who is a Arcturian hybrid. You may know her, and she does shows with Jeff Demers, who's a Ponte contact. I played the song for Vivian, and she came back and said, "This reminds me of home. I can see the crystal structures." And I never mentioned anything to her. I mentioned nothing about it. She's the one who mentioned about seeing crystals and in the ocean. So take that for what it is.
Well, that's the same Marley told me. One of the reasons why I had in Mars in the video, because I sat down with Marley and I was like, show me what what did this look like, right? And start describing some pictures, and then I'll do video. But she was talking about the crystalline caverns. It's like these structures of crystal everywhere. So it's just fascinating.
Yeah, yeah. And
No,
so,
I
yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'm going to pop up another question from Sue. Keep going.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, Sue was asking what kind of images are generated when you played in that key, and that's exactly what I was explaining. Was that song is like I could see the ocean, I could see purple skies, purple and red mixed together, um, and then seeing crystal shores, like quartz crystals, mostly quartz crystals is what I saw. And then Vivian Chauvin was the one who said I could see the quartz, I could see the crystals in your video visually when I listened to it. So I was kind of blown away that she said that. So,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go listen to that. Arcturian. The name is Arcturian.
It's called Arcturian Sunset.
You were talking about Arcturian Sunset.
Yes.
Yeah, if you go to Bandcamp, and look for Pyramids on Mars, that album Cosmic Angels is on there, and you can click and listen to that song. So go to bandcamp.com.
And in bandcamp.com, that's another one. And then I have in the banner, you guys, if you're interested in checking out Kevin's stuff, make sure you mark it, get ready after the show, and go check all that stuff out. Keep going, Kevin.
Now, Sue also had mentioned something earlier about asking you to discuss the Edge of the Black.
Okay.
For people.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing. I'm so happy she brought that up. I actually had it written down as well. So thank you, Sue.
The Edge of the Black? What is that? Okay, yeah, I want to hear about this. What's the Edge of the Black?
Edge of the Black. Well, actually, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a secret here, because I'll be talking about Chaco Canyon, the sacred tours that we did with Melanie Aguirre, which was unbelievable. The work that she did, it was such an amazing time. And she's doing it again next year, and she's asked me to come back, and I said absolutely, I'll be a presenter, and my presentation next year is going to be on the Edge of the Black. So,
That's awesome.
Ooh, fun!
Yeah.
Yes, it's a teaser, everybody. Now you know it's a secret. Go ahead.
The secret's out. Yes.
Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit about it? What that is?
Sure. Yes. What's interesting is that it's a concept that Grant Cameron had been studying, and he, when I first met him way back in 2015, he was talking about musicians getting musical downloads, songs coming in dreams, the songs that seemed to, they were writing themselves, so to speak, and the artists don't even remember writing them.
Right.
And so what the Ponte Tani was explaining about the idea of creation of music is that when you get into an alpha theta state, you then are starting to let go, and you stop thinking about it, and you kind of become the music. You kind of become the music itself. So you don't think about it, you become it, and then you become telepathically connected to the collective consciousness, who then become a co-creator in the process of your music. So then by letting go, that's when the real magic happens. And so The Edge of the Black, that album, is when I started to write music that was complete train of thought, conscious flow. The songs were written in one take. I just picked the guitar up.
Oh, wow.
I got a song, I got a sound. I played the entire song in one take, recorded it on my phone, and then I would just have to go back and learn it. The whole song structure was there. The intro, the verses, the breakdowns, everything just flowed and just told a story. And the other great thing was that it actually stayed within the time of the song that I wanted it to. So around between the 4 minutes and 4:30 seconds there. So it wasn't going over, because I don't want my music being longer than that. So, and Tani explained it. It's a great phrase, and we have memes of it all over the place. Go to the edge of the black, where of the universe where nothingness and everything exists, turn around and listen for the next song to be sung to you. So that's it right there. You go to the edge of the black and you face the edge and you're sitting on the edge, turn around and face the entire universe, and then you become a co-creator. Okay,
Wow.
I've just lost. I think I
Yeah,
just
I've
lost-
noticed. Okay, we could hear you, Marley. Correct me if
Yeah,
I'm wrong. I could hear him perfect.
Yes.
It was the video that
Yeah.
your video is kind of going in and out.
It
So
went out. Yeah.
it went out, but we can hear you perfectly.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
I know
actually,
your
what I'm gonna-
groupies are gonna want to see you if you want to go because they're unhappy.
I'm going to. I'm going to jump right back out and then jump back in again.
Go.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Hang on a sec. I'll be
Yes,
right
go
back.
ahead.
1 sec.
He'll be back for the encore.
There we go.
That's awesome.
Those groupies. Those groupies.
I love it. It makes me picture the Ponte when they go to Kevin's concerts that he puts on for them, and
Absolutely.
just picturing them, all dressed up and all dolled up going for Kevin's shows.
Oh yeah, they're like. I don't know what happened. Stop, groupies. Okay, we're done now. Back to you.
Wow.
Those groupies are just out of control, you guys. Them groupies. Oh my God. Okay. She has the perfect. She's like they're called estrellitas. There we go. Those are the estrellitas. His groupies. Yes, groupies.
Yes,
Yes, real groupies that are like
that's
Ponte
estrellitas.
groupies. So
Those are the Ponte. Those are the Ponte girls who come to the concerts that I host here in my condo. So
that's so awesome.
That's what they call themselves. And
Yes.
Sue has told me, because I've had lots of shows over the years, and the girls they'll dress up. They'll dress up and put on their best,
really-
and then they come to these shows and stuff like that. So,
That's
and then one time, I was moving over from the where I play, and I moved over to the computer to hit the next song, and then I looked down on the floor, and I see this black ribbon on the floor, and I'm like, what the heck is this? It was like an apport because I don't have any black ribbons. I don't wear dresses.
You don't put bows in your hair?
I don't put bows in my hair. No. And so this black ribbon was on the floor. It was a gift from the Las Estrellitas. So that was highly against regulation, but I do have it. I do have the evidence.
That's awesome. Yes, you have a lot of evidence that you've taken pictures. You've shown me on the phone different times too, like when things are moved, and you can see clearly that it's been moved along, especially that one crystal. Is it your big quartz crystal or selenite or something that you have? And they would move it, and you could see the mark that it was moved.
Yes. Yeah.
And the fingerprints too.
Yeah. It's here. I'll get it. It's my obelisk quartz crystal.
Quartz. Yeah, I thought it was.
It was
quartz.
my favorite crystal.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Nice. So that one gets moved?
This one gets moved. Yeah. You can see all the structure that's built up inside it. It's unbelievable. It looks like,
it is a really cool one.
Looks like the Fortress of Solitude, all the structured quartz inside it. But this is their favorite. They move this one all the time. So I have it placed in a certain point, and then they'll just move it to the side, just like that. So this crystal is they're quite enamored with this one. I have to be very careful with it though.
Yeah, be careful. You don't want to break that. That's so pretty. So I hear a little bit more on this inspiration because Marley and I, she knows that I've been obsessed with, rock stars who've seen UFOs. So rock stars that have actually, and what I found, it started with, I saw a UFO and it ended with realizing that they're getting songs that even Bob Dylan was talking about how he used to get a song. It would come to him. And it stopped happening in the 70s. It's like it was something that he was very aware that things were being downloaded. Like he was getting songs out of nowhere. And there's so many that tell the same story. So that's kind of what you're, parallel to what you, I mean, except you're being taught how to also play the music, in a certain way.
Yeah, but it was also some of the things that Grant Cameron was talking about, with these music downloads. It happened to me too. And that's why, like, he has this book, The Tuned In, the Paranormal World of Music. I'm actually in that book. There's a story about a song that I didn't really write it. It came in a dream. So my song Dream Division, I didn't really write that song. I was having a dream where Joe Satriani was being interviewed by MTV, which, for those who don't know what MTV is, it's an old show back in the 80s and 90s.
You better know. You better know.
You better know. Yeah. So anyways, and they were talking about, now you're working on some new music. And he's like, yeah, we got this new song we're working on. And he starts playing around with the controls and, in my dream. And then he starts playing this song. And I'm listening to the intro to it, and it was really cool. And I realized, wait a second, I've never heard this song before in my life. Like, Joe never wrote this. And I realized this song doesn't exist. And so I woke up, I went down to the studio, and I tracked out exactly what I heard in the dream. So there was no conscious effort whatsoever to this. It was a gift that was given to me, the song out of this dream. So you really have to pay attention to the spirit world, the dream world. We do a lot of learning there. And there was one thing that Rebecca, she had mentioned about a song that she really likes, is called Time to Believe. And that's actually one of my favorite songs too. And what's significant about that was written in my band Firestorm way back in like 1998. And that was the very first song that we ever wrote that was capturing this concept of the edge of the black. 1998, we had our ghetto blaster, we hit the record button on the tape player, and then Matt just went in. The entire song was written in one take. We had never done that before. And then we just sat down and learned the song, and we just fell in love with it. And it was just like, where'd this come from? We just knew. We were all three of us were tuned into the music, and we knew where the song was going with the different motions and stuff and the chord progressions. There was not one mistake. We all were like in tune to this song. And then we just recorded it, and as it was, we learned it exactly note for note. Nothing's changed. And then I asked permission from the guys in the band if I could redo that song for Pyramids of Mars, and I wanted to add some orchestra and some choral section of vocals, kind of like boys choir, and they let me do that, and then we created that new version of that song, which is on Edge of the Black. So that song is very appropriate for that album.
Kevin, what is the name of that song? Sorry.
Time to Believe.
Time to Believe. Okay.
I'm making note on all these. You got Dream Division, Arcturian Sunset, Time to Believe. I gotta check out your whole library, but you got a lot of these.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I just wanted to write it down. I think you sent me that, Kevin.
I'm sure I have.
Way back, because you used to email me a whole bunch of them when they came out to get me to listen to them and check them out. But I never ever had anything negative to say, not with one of them. So yeah. I love this. The experiences that you've had to get you to where you are. It's just, I don't even have words in this realm. There are no words for me really to describe what I have seen happen with you, that like the transformation, because like I said, initially, before the Ponte kind of came into your life, you were doing incredible things, but I noticed it. Like when you started sending me stuff after the Ponte came into your life,
yeah,
it was very noticeable difference. So I think it's incredible what can happen when we just believe and we have faith and we know there's higher powers and we know that we can get assistance from other beings if we so choose to do so.
Yes.
And, you know, if we're bringing in benevolence and divinity, of course that's going to show in the music. It's going to show up, because I got to tell you, that's what I'm feeling when I listen to your stuff, even though it's it's heavy, but in a good way, in a light way. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
it's almost like a heavy metal, but in a light way.
Yeah,
And
it's not it's not a dark energy. It's not a
no,
aggressive energy. It's
yes,
a rock energy, and that comes from my Rush influence.
yes.
So
So I don't.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So how often? I mean, do you find some patterns where things start to, is it that you're meditating every day? I'm trying to figure out, it's like, how, what's a day in the life of Kevin? Does this happen all the time? Is it like when you're deep in meditation? Like, do you have to seek it? I guess not, because that would be overthinking. So tell us,
you mean for like the idea for a song?
yeah, like how do you get in the mode, like in state where things just start to flow through you? I mean, I would think you have to be kind of in a very an alpha state, I'm assuming, but is it during
yeah.
meditation? Like, I'm trying to gauge what you physically do to
It's
keep things rolling.
usually I can't be thinking about it. I'll get a good sound on my through my system here, and then I'll be playing on the guitar, and a lot of times I'm just coming up with different melodies, like that video that you downloaded, the neck illusions.
Mhm.
If we play that, that'll give an idea of the kind of melodies that I come up with, and then I transcribe them, and then I go back and I learn these melodies, which are inspired by violin melodies like Bach and Vivaldi. That's where my real inspiration comes from. But then, for a song, sometimes it just will, I'll have a good tone, and then something will just happen. And it's not like I can just go sit down and say, okay, I'm going to write a song today. And that doesn't work that way. It just, it has to happen and capture it. And then I had all these ideas that I'd written, back in 2022, that I just started to turn into songs, which became Dragon's Blood. That came in like one take.
Love that song.
And
That was one
really
take.
inspired.
Dragon's Blood was one take.
Yes. Wow. Yeah, it was one take.
That's awesome. That's a really good one too. Go ahead.
All my songs are one take. All my songs going
That
forward.
song I heard like a couple days before Kevin sent it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like hot off the presses.
Yeah. The new song Rexagina, Palladian Mothership, that too was written in one take. So that idea came, it was a chord progression that just developed, and then I recorded it, and then sat down and learned it. So, well, actually, that came in two pieces. So that's okay.
I was gonna let people watch your neck illusions video for a few minutes. It's only a couple of minutes, but I think before we pivot to Mars, because I want to just make sure we cover everything on music. So are you Pat? You guys, yeah, go ahead, Marley.
I just want to respond to what Sue put up in the chat there about asking people. No, the one before that. About the help being available for everyone out there. And, I'm so happy that you put that out there, Sue, because it's so very true. You just have to ask. It's actually that simple. And be careful what you're asking for, but literally just ask. I'm happy that you're here, Sue. I'm really happy you're here.
Me too.
I love everything you're putting in here. Okay.
Oh, and we lost Kevin again. But I'm going to go ahead and play while you get that video, video back up.
I'm go get fixed,
I'm going to go ahead and play your neck illusions for everybody. You guys, check this out. This is really cool. This is out of pyramidtomars.com. I don't want to be on big screen. I like big screen. Yeah. Okay, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and play this. Let's see. Is it playing?
It is. It was, but it stopped.
Okay, I don't see what's playing, so
Is your guitar playing lacking inspiration? Has practice become repetitive and boring? Wish you could improvise melodic leads effortlessly? I'm Kevin Estrella of the band Pyramids on Mars. Let me take your playing to soaring new heights with guitar lessons from Mars. I am going to reveal the secrets of melodic creativity used by classical composers like J.S. Bach and Vivaldi. Unlock your unlimited creativity to inventing exquisite, melodic, soaring leads with ease of effort. Learn to play in the style of Yngwie Malmsteen, Paul Gilbert, and Joe Satriani, the signature riffs and techniques that made them famous, and techniques used by Yngwie's hero, virtuoso violinist Niccolo Paganini. Some of the techniques covered: sweep picking arpeggios, string skipping arpeggios, diatonic extensions, symmetrical scales, alternate picking. I am also going to reveal the secret of how Yngwie Malmsteen practices and how he became such a fluid improviser. Lessons are designed to inspire, break paradigms, and encourage your own creativity. All lessons include tablature, notation, and scale charts. Go to pyramidsonmars.com and unlock your guitar god.
in perfect timing, it ends and he pops back up. So the video ends and he's back. Beep, he's back. You're back. That was so cool. I saw this earlier today. I hadn't seen it. And that was amazing. Hold on. We have a Ponte question or Ponte comment. We have a Ponte comment. Grayson. Hold on. I gotta come up with Grayson. Grayson. There's Grayson. Grayson just asked if this is what is called shredding.
Not really. No, that's not shredding. No, this is more like conscious. These are just melodic ideas that I like, and that become part of my vocabulary. Shredding would be more like someone who's just improvising and kind of going off on the guitar, and using whatever is coming through them and playing. That's kind of more shredding. What I'm playing there is a little bit more structured, because all those melodic ideas I actually have written down, and I've tabbed them out, and I've got like over I've probably got 200 of them, where I create these things, and then I can go back and relearn them, and then new versions will come out as well, and then I'll create a new version that something that's based on something I've already done in the past. So that's not really shredding. I actually don't do a lot of shredding. For me, if there's a guitar solo, it has to fit the song. The most important thing at the end of the day, it's all about the song. So that's why some of my songs don't even have a lead guitar in it. Songs like Echoes of Peter Steele does not have a lead guitar in it. And then once again, Light Cycles on Mars, it does not have a lead guitar. It's mostly synthesizer with a kind of a Metallica chunking out in the beginning and the end of the song. So I have to apologize if my video is all choppy. My this laptop.
We can hear you perfect though.
Yeah.
Chat, can you guys hear him? Chad,
Absolutely.
do a sound check for Chad because I can hear him just fine. It's just your video, honey, and it's no biggie.
Yeah,
So,
we can hear you perfect.
Okay.
Anything else on music, Marley, before we're going to start? Because I want to hear about the connection to the pyramids, connection to Mars. So,
Hey, we
Well,
just realized the Ponte have been listening to. The Ponte have been listening to this show the entire time.
have they?
Yeah, that's
They're
that
so
doesn't
cool.
surprise me. That doesn't
Well-
surprise me.
We can hear him just Cynthia. Yeah, Sue. I suspect. Hold on.
Space weather.
It may be affecting his signal. Space weather. Is the Schumann good? Schumann's not going nuts today, is it? I always
I
check
don't
this.
know.
No, I keep getting
didn't-
this pop-up warning saying your browser has stopped making connection. So it's
Oh.
By the way, it was showing like I was seeing all kinds of like lines on your screen. Like there was interference that that I'm not seeing with Marley. It was like very weird. It was like I saw lines. When we watch the show, you'll see it. It's like these yellow lines, and all of a sudden it'll be like a line in the middle of it. But who knows, man? Because Ponte are listening in, and you know how they get. So
Hey,
Ponte has been listening in.
I just wanted
Sue.
to ask one more question, Kevin, about the music, and then we'll move on.
Okay.
I wanted to know how many live shows that you're doing now. I'm not talking for the Ponte. I'm talking you've been playing live, right? Like you've
Yes.
been doing band practice and playing live. How often is that? And like when is that? And where might people be able to find you?
We just started playing shows as of like last year, and we played about four or five shows now throughout to Hamilton and the Toronto area. I'm working on another show for Toronto, the Tale of the Junction, for August 29th.
Nice.
And then we have another show at the Doors in Hamilton at September 12th. And yeah, so we got a couple shows coming up, and I keep working and networking with other bands to make other shows happen. So
Nice.
it's about once a month we're playing now, so it's pretty
That's
cool.
great. Oh, that's so great. I'm really happy.
And Sue, tell Radar and the Ponte that I like the elaborations they've been doing to the to the wall behind my bed. They've added some more stuff to it, some cool little finger swipes and stuff, and they're just adding. They keep
when they
they
were
keep
like
adding
leaving
to it.
marks. Yeah.
They're still leaving marks, and they're just kind of doing these little more elaborations here and there, all over the place, and it's pretty cool. It's like
That's awesome.
it's like Alice in Wonderland here.
Oh, here. So it's
The
like the
chalk
chalk
work.
work.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
chalk work.
The
Yeah,
chalk work.
yeah, the chalk
Yes,
work.
that's
They're
so
adding more to it.
cool.
Just
That's
keep adding to it.
hilarious. That is so funny. Has Angela been? Angela, have you been to Kevin's live shows? Has Angela been to some
Oh
of your
God,
live?
yeah, she's a huge fan.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
she's come to pretty much all my shows.
I didn't
So-
know she was in Canada. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
That's
no, she lives
awesome.
like an hour away from me.
Okay.
We have the Ponte responding. Which
Of course, I
Ponte?
noticed.
Which of the Ponte are here? Sue? Which of the
They
Ponte?
responded, you
Because
know.
I've got almost all the Ponte on my, well, the ones that I know. I have most of their pictures still loaded up on my thing. That's why I had Grayson, because I still have them from the original show. So yes, they noticed. So we
Of
got
course, I noticed. I'm always paying a pension.
paying
Attention.
attention.
I'm
Yeah.
always paying attention to the little things that are being added because I know what it used to look like, and now I know. Okay, this has been elaborated on because this wasn't here before, and there's even some more like right up here. They did some chalk work as well. They've been moving into the kitchen now, so
Wow, they're a trip.
They're
I-
very
it's like-
creative. They're very
Right?
creative. Yeah.
yeah.
I love it.
I was cracking up because Rebecca had shared a video of a picture of Radar. Oh, hold on, she's got who's here? Man, we got a full house. PETA,
Oh, wow.
Radar, Grayson, Dell, DP,
And
Denise,
Tilka?
Beam, Farrell, Jarudi, Jill, Tani, Newell, and Tilcom. Tilcom's here too.
Welcome's here.
Rudy and
All of you.
Radar.
Wow.
Dude. Okay, I'm gonna have to let me see. So we got Dell is here, and there's Dell. Of course, we got Radar in the house. We got, let me see. Did I have, we already saw Grayson. Did we have Jill? Yeah, Jill?
Jill. Yeah, Jill.
Jill. I love that picture. Where's Tilcom? Do I still have Tilcom? Rudy.
Rudy, yeah.
Can have a, and I think Deb is DP, right?
Deb,
Is that
yeah.
Deb? Yeah.
Deb, yeah.
I lost some of the pictures because I had too many pictures on my thing, but yes, the Ponte are here, y'all.
You
We
guys
love
rock.
Ponte.
You guys rock.
So I was looking at in your group, in your Ponte group, Rebecca was sharing about the picture of Radar, right? That she got in. He's booping in that picture.
Oh yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right, the boop. Well, I became obsessed last week with creating a movie night for Betty Boop out of the blue. I have an entire, I do classic movie nights, right? Every once in a while. And I haven't done one in a long time. And I told Marley, I'm like, I have to do a Betty Boop night. I have to do a Betty Boop night. And then I saw the message from Rebecca. And everybody's like, oh, he booped you. He booped you. And I'm like, Betty Boop, baby. That one makes sense. Like, I'm like, I'm going too close. The group is sucking me in. I love it. Suck me in, you guys. Oh, Sandia Mom was like, I want to see Betty Boop next Friday.
Next
Friday
Friday.
night. I'll show a preview later. We're gonna talk Mars first, and then I'll show a little preview of a movie night because you have to have promos. So now shall we pivot to pyramids, Grant Cameron? I mean, there's so many facets to you. So there's the music, which is still part of your daily, and then Mars, pyramids, your relationship with the Ponte. Let's talk about Mars and what happened there. I wasn't there, so I'm going to put you guys up there.
Sure.
There we go.
Well,
I'm moving you up there. You guys can take the top half of this.
well,
Musical chairs.
what we do know is that there was a previous civilization on Mars, and I'm not exactly sure exactly what happened, but there is evidence of not at least one, but possibly two massive nuclear explosions that took place and destroyed the planet, which probably destroyed its atmosphere. And the reason that they know that there's been a nuclear explosion is there's a huge isotope reading for, I think it's cesium or something. There's one specific element that is created during a nuclear blast, and they found a huge amount of this isotope there on Mars. So it's kind of like the signature that the nuclear explosion had taken place. I started studying, anomalies on Mars way back when I first got internet and was watching a lot of Richard Hoagland's videos, and a lot of cool things came across. Talking about Cydonia, which is very famous, known on Mars, that's where the face on Mars has showed up. So that face that people have seen on Mars, and not too far from it are these known as the D and M pyramids, like Dog and Mary. So D and M pyramids, which are these 5-sided pyramids, and the angles are all 35 degrees, and it's very it's geometric. It's not an artificial anomaly. Those are actual 5-sided pyramids. And as you're showing right here, go back.
Talk me through. Yeah, tell me where to go and talk me through these, because these are amazing.
All right. Okay, so for all the David Bowie fans out there, David Bowie, one of his albums was called Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders on Mars. Well, how do we know that there actually are spiders on Mars? Here's a picture of one that was captured right here.
Yeah, I have.
That's
real small, but I have it in the video. In the music video, I actually zoomed into that spider. On the picture.
Yeah, well, you're showing it right now. As you can see this picture, and then the next one after it.
There it is. There it is. I knew I had it. Yeah.
Yeah. So these are like, they're almost like crabs, but they're kind of like spiders. So pretty freaky, eh?
That's
Wouldn't,
David
I wouldn't
Bowie,
want to come
man.
on that.
Ziggy Stardust. Talk about the Starman himself.
Yeah.
So, and how about this? So I'm gonna walk through them, and then you tell me what I'm looking at.
Sure. This is on Mars as well, and it's the remaining structure of some building. That's a very, very straight building with straight lines. And if you track the geometry on that, that's not a natural anomaly. So
That does not look natural to me. That's a lot of what I've seen here does not look natural. Let me go to the next one. Let's see. What do we have here?
This is really fascinating. We've seen a lot of pictures taken from space of these. They look like tubes that are running in above the surface and underground throughout Mars. They're ribbed and they almost look like they are see-through. And there's thoughts that this could possibly be maybe a ancient transportation system. Maybe like vehicles traveled through these things. It's just a thought.
Weird. But that is so ribbed. It looks like it's either some kind of creature or something that's. It's very spaced. Exactly right.
It's very interesting for sure. Like
there's a lot of pictures of these that have been taken. This is in black and white, so you can't see the color. But what size are those ribbed tubes?
What size are those ribbed tubes?
It's hard to tell how big they are, but they're probably like, I'm just guessing. It could be anywhere between 20 feet or maybe 100 feet wide. Who knows?
We can go online and see if we can find the zoom outs that this came from. Like the original. We can go look at that. That's cool.
And here, once again, this is taken on Mars as well, and you can see the ruins of a building. So these
that totally looks like something we see here in like Egypt or something, where you just have things that are left over. That's exactly the same.
Yeah. Well, these pictures were taken, by I think the Curiosity, but yeah, Curiosity. It says it right there. But you have to like really zoom in on the area because it's so far off in the distance that you don't see it with the picture that they post, and then you have to zoom in and zoom in and zoom in, and then it's like then you start seeing these structures in the background.
Okay.
Oh, these are incredible, Kevin.
Yes. Hold on. Oliveira's leaving, but he had a question. I'm gonna go ahead and ask his question. Request. I know this fits. Some species of aquatic beings survive in the Martian subsoil. Do you know anything about that? I told him that we'd be discussing this in this app, but he's about to go to bed because he's in Italy.
Okay.
Thoughts?
I honestly don't know much about aquatic beings on Martian soil. No, that's new to me.
I don't know actually anything about any aquatic beings that survived. I do know many of the Martians are underground that did survive, but I've never heard or known of any aquatic beings there. Other planets, yes, especially Sirius B, but I haven't, Oliviero. If you have any information about it, I would love to hear about it.
Oliviero and I hang out on X all the time, so he'll send me info. Good night, Oliviero.
Thanks, Oliviero.
Good night,
everybody.
Oliviero.
Thank you for being here and staying up late, buddy.
We love you.
We love you, Oliviero. And then Sandia is like, I would love to see what these look like from above. Yeah, we'll follow up. Maybe for Star Family, we'll bring in some follow-ups on Mars. So let me go to the next one. What do we have? Oh, is this it? This is it.
This is the far off picture of those tubes.
Yes. Of the tubes. This is So
this is the original photograph.
So that looks like they would be pretty big to me then. Because if you take into consideration the landscape and the mountainous regions around there, though they are probably pretty big when you look at some of the smaller things in this picture. And that tube thing I bet you that's probably pretty huge.
Mhm. And they run all
I'm
the
saying
way. They
goodnight
run
to
all the place, over the place.
Yeah, that's
that
incredible.
looks.
I have never
I want to
seen
get. Do you see
It's
this?
good.
Hold on a second. I'm going to remove
You
something, add it back in. I'm having an issue. I can't see what I'm showing. There we go. Now I can see. When it comes off, I can't see on my screen. The whole time we were playing the video, I couldn't see what I was doing. I just happened to know it. It's really
Oh,
weird. So I'm having
Sue
some
has-
issues. But this
Sue
is.
has to go.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Sue, no, Sue, where are you, Sue? Where is Sue? No. Oh, there we go. Night, everyone. There we go. Now I got it.
good night, Sue.
Night, Sue. We love you.
Thank you for being here.
Say hi to Otter. We love you.
Yes.
Alrighty, so here we go. So that was the far out. So now it'd be great to see. Like, I want to go back and look. I'm going to try to research this picture and see if we see like even a more zoom out so we can get a better perspective. And Diane's saying hi. She says she's still here. She's been cooking, but she was listening in the whole time. Okay, so Kevin, next is this one, context view. Larry's wall. What is this?
So this is remember that platform that we saw? The big platform. This is the original of it.
Wow.
Oh, of this guy. That guy? Or no, this other guy. This one. That one. Right?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
So that's the zoom in, and here's.
It looks like the roof of a building. That building. It looks like a big roof, and then windows right underneath. It's like it just.
Yeah, it's like you can start to tell what's under there.
Yeah. Very cool.
And then about here. What's this, Kevin? What's this? Show and tell.
I believe that is the original shot of what looks like those ruins. That's the original shot of those that building that looks like almost like a barn, like a stone barn. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, just this picture, you can tell how beat up that planet is. You can feel it. Look at that. It's just heartbreaking. Woo! Okay, so I was trying to figure out what this was. What is this?
This is archaeoplanetography.
Ooh, and I have the video from Sue. Sue, I'm going to play your video soon. I want to play after we're done with these slides, I'm going to play the video that shows some mapping of planet.
Yes.
Can you say it again? I cannot say it for the life of me.
Sure, it's archaeoplanetography. If you look closely, this image is of the landscape on Mars, but it looks like a big parrot.
It does.
Mm-hmm. It does. Oh, wow. Incredible. I just realized I'm like.
It looks like a parrot eye. And then the little feathers under the eye. Mm-hmm. It looks like there's almost like a cyclone storm happening. That's
and we have comments, amazing pics, and somebody was saying, "Oh, Helen, it looks like a closed eye." Like,
I love you, Helen.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Helen. So okay, again, I can't. Can you still see the screen? I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Can you see the pictures? I can't see them. Oh, this is one of my favorites. That one goes with. Was it this one? Yes, these two. Look at that.
Yeah, I call this one the gumdrop pyramid. But if you look at that, and then they actually, it's got sacred geometry to it, based on that.
Crazy. Look at that. I mean, yeah, you can say all you want, but to me, I mean that don't look like just a normal coincidental thing.
No.
Oh, there's lots of love. We love you, Helen. We love everybody. We're just happy people. We're just so happy you guys are here. I'm like, we're
yummy gumdrops.
Oh, what is this? Talk about crazy. Look at this thing.
What?
More archaeoplanetography.
This is the last one, I think, in the deck.
Probably.
That was
that
was the deck. So
those are.
I know. I'm going to play a video if that's okay, Kevin.
What's that?
I was gonna go ahead and play the video from Sue. It's a couple of minutes. Is that
Yeah,
okay?
sure.
So
Yep.
you guys can see she's actually gonna be doing this exercise of drawing on Mars. Hold on. Sue, I changed the music just in case because I'm live and I didn't want to get host with copyright, but I'm sure yours was fine. So here we go. Here's Sue. That's so cool, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Sue.
Yes, that was
It's so
awesome.
cool to see it.
It
We
is.
got comments. Angela, RQ planetography is so awesome. And Sue does it so effortlessly. She really does. Thank you,
She does a
Sue.
lot of stuff
And
effortlessly. If you're still
you
here,
guys,
Sue, that was incredible.
we love Sue. Let me see. Yeah, if you need information on the Ponte, here's a banner for Sue, Sandia Wisdom, and official first contact. You can find all about the Ponte who have been on chat today and talking to us throughout the show because they love Kevin because they're the estrellitas of Kevin. Okay, so
Awesome.
Mars, Draconians. When we were talking about the story of Mars and I put the video together, it's such a fascinating story because where are the Draconians going next? Do the Ponte talk about that? Where's the next chapter of Mars? Is it really moving here? Is it us moving there? It's. Anyway,
I don't.
just open.
I don't. Yeah, the Ponte have never mentioned really anything about Draconians, about the Draconians. I don't really know much about the history of who the people were on Mars and what exactly happened on Mars. I mean, there's so much to speculate, but also I know that I have friends who were former secret space program people, and they were on Mars. And one of my friends, he mentioned, he showed me a picture one time of a crater, and there was these like 4 dots that were kind of on the outskirts of the crater, but when we zoomed in on them, they actually looked more like Hummers, like like military vehicles. And he said, "This is the one thing I still remember from Mars is driving one of these." and he was talking about the nuclear batteries that they use and stuff like that. Penny Bradley, she's another whistleblower about things on Mars. There's several whistleblowers who talk about things that are going on Mars still. So
Yes.
but I don't really know a lot of the history myself. Unfortunately, I don't know much of it.
And we can only speculate, right? It's like we have some people that have experienced it. Go ahead.
One thing I do remember what I did was way back when I was studying Richard Hoagland and stuff like that around the year 2000. There was an image that NASA had of a crater in Mars, and when you look at this picture, like the crater itself looks very, very smooth, very almost like it's just totally smooth. Like it was airbrushed out. It was airbrushed, and then it was explained to me: take the same picture and then darken your resolution on your the video of what you've got there. And try and darken the resolution and then show me what you see. And then all of a sudden that whole entire crater was an entire city. And you could see buildings, you could see domes, you could see statues that look kind of like Egyptian stuff, and roads, and all totally like it was an entire massive city there. And I had spent days like reviewing it and going in detail and zooming in on it, and you could see, like, from the light, from where the shadow is, you can see all the shadows of the different layers of what built up in the side of the city. And so there's a lot of stuff that's been purposely blocked and suppressed, with regards to the anomalies on Mars.
Well, we're dependent on what they show us, right? It's kind of like Google Maps and Google Earth, that they block, Antarctica and all these different areas here. You're not going to be able to see. But did your friend talk at all about, like, obviously in the pyramids, they're doing all kinds of scans. They believe to be these structures underneath our pyramids. Our pyramids, I mean, it's obvious from pictures, there were pyramids on Mars. They just were, or there are, whatever you want to say. But is there a connection between the two? Are they like
a connection
just
between
a big picture, like between our pyramids and the pyramids on Mars? Is there a purpose? Is there a connection?
I believe that there is a connection. I know that there seems to be connections with structures I think it's in England, that actually map out and look exactly like the structures of Cydonia. So
really, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things that are quite interesting. I wish I knew more about it.
No, that's what we're here to talk about, these things, right? To see, it's like, because we get bits and pieces from different sources, and pictures. We've seen the faces, we've seen the pyramids, we've seen the structures. There was something there for sure, but is it connected? Because in Marley, we've talked about the pyramids here and their purpose. Is there, or whatever their purpose was at the time?
Well, to me, for me personally, I know and really strongly feel that there's a direct correlation. So Mars, much of what we have as structures on this planet that are high energy, and the Egypt, but Göbekli Tepe, like like all of these places, Stonehenge, all of these incredible places, they had the same structures on Mars. And so there's actually people that have checked this out geographically, and they match up. But Mars was a planet initially that was very similar to Earth, and it had the water, and it was just a beautiful red planet, and it was very built up and highly technological, So to me, there's a real direct correlation when you can figure where certain structures were on the planet of Mars. And then you've got that direct correlation to the same point in Mars, you'll find the same structure on Earth, that in that point on Earth. So I think it's really cool. And, I do have some remembrances. I never lived there on that planet, but I do have, and many people know, I have a lot of remembrances of past lives, not just on this planet, but on others. And I remember the war happening on Mars because I was a lion being on Lyra when Draconians blew the planet up. So the Lyrans brought the Draconians in, is when the Mars story started, is that the lion beings welcomed the Draconians in because they said that something had happened to their planet. And because the Lyrans are all love, they're like, well, you can come here and stay here. And they said that was the only group of them that were left, right? But then all of a sudden, all these ships come in, and they're very dark ships. And all these Draconians started jumping out of the ships, and they started killing and attacking the lion beings. Interestingly enough, the lion beings that had red manes, so the ones that had red hair, were the ones that they went after first, because it was like an aphrodisiac, apparently, to the Draconians, where it got them high. Eating the red-headed lion beings, they got this euphoric state. They got this like high feeling. And then when they set the nuclear explosions and blew Lyra up, the lion beings that survived that kind of spread out to Orion, to Sirius, and to the Pleiades. And then the Draconians went to Mars, and that's when they started fighting the war on Mars. So a number of different beings, Pleiadians, Venus, Arcturians, the Lyrans, there's just so many different beings, that the bird beings, the avian beings, they all went there to assist Mars. And then the nuclear explosion happened there. And these beings on Mars were very tall, I would say between 10 and 14 feet tall. They had like light, not a lightsaber, but it was like a flamethrower, I remember. So, and they were wearing helmets. They all had helmets on because the air got to be really strange with all the fighting and the war going on there on Mars. And then after the nuclear explosion happened on Mars, so many of them went underground, and they literally destroyed everything, but it was very technologically advanced on that planet. And it was a beautiful planet, and lots of beings coexisted there together. And then the Draconians headed to Earth. And then some ships that were fighting against the Draconians to try to save Mars followed the Draconians to this planet. And then that's when stuff started happening, and you get a lot of like the stuff going on in Egypt, and you get these things that happen, but they wanted to take over because they wanted the minerals and everything that this planet had to offer. So when they took Mars out really of the game, because they had to all go underground, those that survived, they thought, well, the next planet that has all of these minerals that they were looking for to mine was here on Earth. And so the story started there. So, there are people out there.
They're like locusts.
What's that?
They're like locusts.
They're like
locusts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Locusts, like going from one place to the other, leaving a mess.
Absolutely, leaving a mess, for sure. And, Kevin brought up a really important fact, too, about the secret space program, because there are many men, military men, that have actually come out and been whistleblowers for this secret space program. And I've watched many videos where they have spoken about this and the fact that the war actually is still going on. And they are bringing, so I think, Kevin, and please, if I'm wrong with this number, if you know, just let me know. But I'm pretty sure it's 20 and out is what they were saying.
20 and back.
20 and back. Thank you. But time is so different, right? So when you're on other planets, time is very different than what we have here. Hey, Dracula. And
Drac
so,
and Unity Love is here too, which is
Yes.
awesome.
Right?
so what a lot of these secret space program people that were taken, and they were taken to Mars, they talk about everything that they were injected with. I heard some of these soldiers saying they died multiple times on Mars and were brought back to life. And then they were using these human soldiers to go to the surface of Mars. And then they kept getting killed by beings that are still fighting on Mars. So then they have to have all this technology removed from their bodies prior to coming back. But 20 years there is equivalent to about 2.5 weeks here. So if you can put that into perspective, which is a real mind F, really, when you consider that you're gone from here for just a couple of weeks, but you've spent 20 years fighting and dying over and over again on the planet of Mars. So I don't really understand why they're doing that, but I think it's horrible because they're taking people that don't have families for the most part and things like that. And, it's kind of messed up.
Yeah. So Kevin, do you have friends in the secret space program? I mean, tell us, I need more tea from this, man, because the groupies are saying, hold on, where'd they go? Wow. Groupies. That's what their groupies are saying. So bring it, so tell me about the secret space program, man.
Well, what I can tell you is like one a big whistleblower is Penny Bradley. You should find her and have her on the show. She could tell you about all kinds of stuff. I got to meet her in with my other friend from Australia, and because he was, like, as I said, he was SSP. It's kind of funny how it all worked out. I was doing an interview with Sasha Lesson and I forget the other lessons. Anyway, I used to co-host some shows, and we were doing interviewing Penny Bradley, and then her story was sounding very familiar, and I said, "Well, this sounds like very much like my friend." I'm not going to mention his name, but and then she's like, Blake? He says, I served with him, and then all of a sudden, they're like, really? And then I asked my friend, I said, "Do you know Penny Bradley?" And he says, "Yeah, we served together." And I'm like, "You're kidding me." And so then all of a sudden, Penny Bradley, she joined me to a whole bunch of SSP support groups and on the internet. I've had her on my show several times.
Wow.
Yeah, and my song "Naf Waffen," which is what she worked for, was Naf Waffen. That song I dedicated to her, so I gave her the rights to use that song, and that's the song for her radio show. So
we're gonna have to check that out. We got a couple of people. Well, you guys, I'm just gonna pop them up real quick. Rockstar 8970 Abo, I finally said that right. And then Drac is here. Ask Jeremy. Hello,
hey, Ask Jeremy.
Our lovely, curious Georgie in the house. And that's it. And of course, we got Drac. Okay, back.
We seem to have a lot of new people who've joined in. What if we play the video again?
We're going to play the video. I told that.
I said I'm going to encore it, but I mean, if we want to watch it now before, what's the topic about? Ooh, we got so many, Ask Jeremy. We talked about
Mars.
We're talking about Mars right now. So,
and Kevin's music.
And Kevin's, we talked about music and then now we're talking about Mars, and we're talking about pyramids because, I mean, we got enough evidence, I think, here on Earth to say definitely within our own boundaries here, something happened here before the history that we know. So it's not that much of a stretch to think that based on what we see in Mars and the pictures that we're able to see, because we do get blocked from everything, that something happened there. Is the future of us headed to what happened there? That's kind of, That's the scary part because you see technology growing, right? I mean, they were technologically, obviously there was some big major technology went through Mars. Especially if there's a lot of crystals. Where do the crystals come into this whole thing? Isn't it like a power source?
Power source, yeah. Like on most planets, there's many planets that have lots of crystal caverns, and we have them here on this planet too. So we have lots of them, and I mean that's what creates a lot of the crop circles too, is the crystal placement underground. Where are people from?
I think is Ask Jeremy. Jeremy, are you new to this channel? I'm so excited. I'm like, we got a new person. Ask Jeremy. It's like, where are you people from? I'm in Oklahoma. You're in Tennessee. Kevin, where are you right now again?
I'm in Hamilton, Ontario.
Ontario. He's not even in the United States right now. That's so awesome. So I am new. Oh, we're so glad you're here. And we love it here. We talk about all kinds of wild topics. And so stick around because we're going to be showing the video here shortly because I promised to get poor Kevin out of here by 4 p.m. We talked about 2 hours. So if you guys have questions about, oh my God, he's in Kenya. Hi. Ask Jeremy, are you one of Goga's guys? We love Goga. Yoga with Goga is my friend from
I'm from Earth.
I think I've seen it. Yes. So so you guys help me out. Now I'm all over the place. Marley, bring me back to earth. What was I talking about? I lost my own train of thought.
Well, I kind of lost it too. I mean, we were talking to Ask Jeremy because we were so excited. We've not seen Jeremy before. You know,
we need final questions. That's what it was. Final questions.
If anybody has questions, I'll definitely.
Or music. Or Kevin. Any questions?
Yes.
So.
Actually, there's a story that I wanted to tell you. Something really strange happened.
Story time.
So this is in regards to the archaeoplanetography that Sue posted there on Mars, and there was it was many years ago where I had this very, very vivid dream where I was at this it was almost like a museum, but it was a special museum about Mars. And then it was on Earth, but then you walk through this portal, and then all of a sudden you're stepping onto Mars and you're walking on Mars. And I remember I was walking with someone who was I think it was John Lear, somebody who I had interviewed on my radio show, and we're walking down this canyon in Mars, and I could see these structures that the way the rocks look, they looked like dinosaurs and different animals and stuff like that. I was seeing all this archaeoplanetography stuff there on Mars, and I can remember hearing the wind blowing. I could feel the wind blowing on my face. It was like it was a lucid dream, or it was like I felt like I was actually there.
Traveling.
It was more. It was felt like it was real.
Mm-hmm.
Now the strange thing was that when I woke up that next morning and I went onto Twitter, what's the first tweet that comes up was Grayson talking about the archaeoplanetography on Mars. And I was thinking, wait a second, what's going on here? Did I actually go there? And I'm thinking, did they take me in a dream state? Did they actually take me to Mars to show me this stuff? Was that a telepathic screening of John Lear and I was actually talking to Grayson? I don't know what the heck happened, but I remember it so vividly because of once he posted that same day. It was like, this is too much of a synchronicity.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And for people that, since we have new people, when he's talking about Grayson, he is talking about this Grayson.
This guy.
So he's one of the Ponty, because I see Jeremy. Yeah, that's Grayson's the man of the hour this time around, isn't he?
We've talked a lot about Grayson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Grayson's made the he's today's radar. Instead of radar, we're talking about Grayson today. Let me see. We got a couple of questions. I would love Kevin channeling and some fun details his team wants to share on the show, if open to sharing. So, what details?
I would love Kevin channeling in some details his team wants to share on the show.
Oh, he's talking about the Ponte.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Ponte.
Channel Love,
Okay.
the Ponte were here with Sue earlier today. We had a
Yeah.
ton of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
Sue was on here and she confirmed that the Ponte were listening to the show and they had a couple different questions to ask and
Yeah.
wanted me to talk about the retuning of my guitars that was done by them, by Grayson, who actually retuned my guitars. And we talked about the songs that were written.
And the shredding.
Was there,
And the shredding,
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah,
Did
well-
Grayson ask, is that shredding? Was it It was Grayson. Yeah. Is that shredding?
yeah, is that shredding? Yeah,
Um,
yeah, we talked about that.
Drac has a question. Was there human civilization on Mars?
Humanoid. They were
Versus
humanoid,
humanoid or
but they were not the little green Martians like the Great Gazoo. They were not that. They were very large and humanoid like the Pleiadians. There's a lot of beings out there that are very similar to what the human is like.
They were
Hence-
human, but they weren't Earth human. Let's put it that way.
Exactly. Yes, absolutely. Perfect.
Just as a Ponte are human, but they're
Yes.
not Earth human.
Exactly.
What,
Absolutely.
And you kinda
sparked
said in
my interest in
general.
Mars? What sparked my interest in Mars originally? I think it was just Richard Hoagland. Back in the the early 2000s when internet just became a thing, and I started watching all these videos of him talking about these anomalies on Mars and these anomalies on the moon, and I became really interested in that topic. He talked a lot about Cydonia and the artificialness of that whole area, and so that became a passion. I was really, really curious about it. But then when that song, I forget the damn drummer's name. Anyway, that song that he had, Pyramids on Mars, I thought that was the perfect name for a band. And it was a great image. There was so much that could be used with that image to use it as a catalyst for my music to teach people about the extraterrestrial presence. And that was the whole reason why I chose that name, to make people start thinking about outside of their own planet, of what's actually out there.
Mhm.
So it was a perfect name for as a teaching tool of my music and what it is I do musically. So that was a good question.
Yes.
love it. And that's our friend Helen. She said
Helen.
Oh, Jeremy
Yeah.
asking Kevin, why do you have some scary looking drawings on your background? These are the Ponte. These are my.
I put it in chat. Yeah. He's asking, what is that? Okay, we have 3 entire shows that we've mentioned the Ponte now, and Jeremy's new. So it's Marley. You want to take who are the Ponte real quick? Ooh, and now did we lose Kevin?
No,
No,
okay.
no.
Kevin's back.
Oh, Kevin's
Okay.
here. Kevin,
Okay,
I'd love Kevin to answer this question.
Who are the Ponte?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, well, the Ponte are they're Zetas. Like people, the typical extraterrestrial people know of, like the Greys with large heads and big black eyes, and they're short. The Ponte are of that race. They reside on the planet Pontel, which is the 5th planet orbiting Zeta Reticuli 2, the furthest of the binary star system. And they've been here for a long time, to help us prepare for official first contact. So that's their main goal. But the Ponte, their history on this planet goes back 136,000 years. So
And they are completely benevolent. They are not scary at all. They
No.
are so benevolent and divine. I just wanted Jeremy to know that.
Yeah.
Because they are very beautiful beings. They're all love. They're all love.
I'm
Yes.
saying hi to David Gosling. So good. He is watching on X. We have people watching on your channel. We have people watching this channel. We have people watching on X. But then somebody has the question. George.
It's a short George.
Yeah,
it's a
there we
short,
go.
Yeah, the short grays. They're about the height of a 10-year-old child.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, the Ponte don't do medical experiments on humans.
They don't do that. They don't
No.
play like that. Homie don't
No.
play that. The Ponte are cool. Okay, any other questions? So what are you doing? What are your next steps? So you just did Chaco Canyon, Kevin.
Mhm.
So where are we going to see you next? Because everybody, the one thing we haven't talked about to your radio show too, that we need to
Oh, yeah.
pitch it out there.
We've got
Let's
a
talk about
podcast.
what you're doing next with any of it. Music,
Well,
pyramids,
my
Ponte.
radio show, my radio show still runs the first Tuesday of every month at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've been doing Pyramids on Mars UFO Radio on the Artist First Network now for 9 years, and you can tune in any those days, or the archive page has the shows posted the next day, and they're downloadable, and you can listen to all of them. And I have a lot of people who I've interviewed, some really amazing, experiencers, researchers, people who've had connections with the Sasquatch.
And we have Bigfoot people. We have a lot of Bigfoot people on our channel. That's Jeremy.
Yeah.
Lots of Bigfoot people. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was gonna there was a follow up on that. I'm so sorry I interrupted you. I'm like trying to get everything wrapped up and make sure that we've got everything that we need, because there's so much to share. We didn't even talk about really much about your radio show in general. We need to put that in the link. We do have some questions about religion, and I'm not sure. It's like this is probably where I get a little nervous, because I don't talk about religion or politics on this channel. Anybody here an atheist? Just curious. And his follow up was also, do you people believe in religion?
I believe in God. I
We
believe
have
in
lots of different people. Yeah, we believe in God. So how about we change that to the next show? What do you think? I don't know. I don't know what to do with that question, Marley.
It's
Yes,
a little bit of a dangerous topic, like politics and religion, because there's always somebody who's going to get a little bit upset. But here's the beautiful thing. We're all entitled to our own perceptions. We are all entitled to our own opinions, and we just have to be accepting of where everybody is on their journey. But Jeremy, just so you know, I definitely believe in God, the Most High. I believe in my angels because I work with them every day. And yes, to me, yes.
I think actually what's more of an important question is, what do the Ponte believe?
Huh.
Ooh.
Bam. Okay.
And we know the answer to that. The
So please-
the Ponte believe in the all. Basically like God, they believe in the all, that we're all one. Everything is one, is oneness. They believe in the collective consciousness because they're a telepathic society, so they know that we are all connected, and we're all connected to the all. So we're all part of Source, and that is what the Ponte believe. There you go.
And that's what I.
That is perfectly worded.
Yep.
That's why he's Kevin.
Yes.
That's why. So
I'm just the messenger.
That's perfect. So I am okay. So CCKJ, I am a Lucy. There we go. He's a Lucy. That's a good way to answer it too. I am an Akashi Chris. On some days, other days I'm something else. Just we pick. So any concert? Are you going to be live performing anywhere soon?
Well, I'm working on a show for Tale of the Junction in Toronto. Hopefully we can get that one together. And then we're playing the Doors Taco Joint in Hamilton. I think it's September 12th.
Right.
And I'm also in another band as well, a cover band. So we play a lot of Foo Fighters and Beatles songs and Eagles and all kinds
Okay,
of
I
cool
would love
stuff.
that concert. This pisses me off. I can't go.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah, but it's actually the guys from my old neighborhood when
Oh my gosh.
when I was still married. So
Okay,
we've been together for like almost 10 years, and so we
that's
get together and
awesome.
learn all these new songs.
Right.
And one of the newest songs we learned actually is Platinum Blondes. It doesn't really matter. So for those people who remember Platinum Blonde from
Mhm.
the Canadian,
Yeah.
old Canadian band. Anyway,
I,
yeah. So
well,
we're gonna play a show. We're gonna play a show on our street near the end of September. And the Ponte have actually showed up for those shows. They love those shows. They
I
literally have
love.
been dancing in the streets in our neighborhood in the cul-de-sac, and they just they love that. They love those shows. I
We
play
have a
guitar.
last minute question.
Yes,
Yeah, he
yeah,
plays the
I play
guitar, but we
guitar.
didn't know if he played other things too. Do you play
I
anything
play
else?
bass. I can play bass guitar. I play bass guitar. I play all the synthesizers on my albums. Not
yeah.
that I can really play synthesizer, if I can work on stuff. And then all the drums are programmed by me, step by step, note by note. So it's everything that's in my head. I don't do anything that's already pre-recorded. It's all I write all the drum parts. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah.
I love your music.
I love what Helen is saying. When I eventually get my trip to America together, I'll have to go to Canada and a concert too.
All
Yeah.
right.
We're gonna have to catch a concert in person. One last. Okay, I'm gonna take this last question because poor Dracula Tepes was late. Hold on, Fappy. What's Fappy? Skip the Beatles and not see that. I love the Beatles. Don't even go there, Fap. Okay, so Dracula Tepes, where are you, Dracula Tepes? What do other ET beings play via instrument?
Oh,
Do they play instruments?
Yes, they do.
Mhm.
Radar, he plays a bit guitar,
yes.
a bit of guitar. We also know that the Ponte have it's an instrument that's like a harp, but it's the bottom of the harp is like this huge conch, it's like a seashell, and they fill it up with water. And so when you play the harp, you also have this sounds with the motions of the water. We got pictures of Jill playing one of those. We also asked about other instruments, and they have the equivalent of synthesizers on their planet that have mimicking technologies. So basically, I was asking, is it kind of like MIDI, like sampled sounds? And they said yes, it's kind of similar to that, but their synthesizers are actually conscious, so they have consciousness to them, and you interact with them. So pretty wild stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's mine. Hold on. That deserves something. You know what I'm going to say? Wow. There we go. That deserves a wow. Because it's like a conscious musical instrument must be just the most beautiful. It's like an angel, right? You picture an angel singing. That's what you figure conscious instrument.
Well, we also know
I think we've blown a lot of minds today, man. Huh?
horns and harps, because I mean, you've seen that picture of them blowing the horn into my ear. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I remember that.
yeah.
I don't have that one handy, but last question, Georgie, because it's you. But what scale do they use? I don't know, George.
I don't know what scale they use, but I do know that the Ponte did have a preference to the solfeggio frequency of 444, or the C note being 528, which is a DNA healing frequency. So the Ponte retuned my guitars to a solfeggio 528 healing frequency and wanted me to write a bunch of music in that. So it's not necessarily scale, but frequency is more important.
Yes.
Think in mind as a frequency, and you'll understand the universe. That's Tesla.
Oh yeah, and Tesla knew.
Is the conch conscious?
Tesla knew.
I don't think the conch is conscious. No, it's just kind of like a used shell. So kind of like a big shell. Yeah, big shell.
Okay, Martin. Okay, this has been amazing. Kevin, anything else you'd like to share before we're going to play an encore of your music video?
The music video,
for Light Cycle Summers. So we're going to play an encore here in a minute as we close, but we want to We've heard what you're going to be doing. Anything else you want to share before we start closing it up?
Yeah, just, if you want to check out my music, go to my website, pyramidsonmars.com. There's links there to take you to Bandcamp, where all my music can be purchased either, digitally, or if you want to purchase a CD, it's all there. And,
Right there at the bottom of your screen, guys. That's where you can
Yeah.
find them.
The banner has all the links on X, YouTube, and the website. The website's probably the best place to go because that's also where you can find like lessons and all the other stuff you do, because you're super talented, man. You can help so many people.
And then too, it's Artist First Radio for Kevin's radio show once a month as well. That's always pretty cool and awesome to check out. So,
okay, so this has been so amazing. Marley, what are you up to? We are up to a lot of things.
We know what I'm up to. I am about to finish my book. I'm almost done. Oh, I'm so excited. I also am excited for what the three of us and possibly Sue, I don't know, has coming up to bring for you guys for videos, which is going to be a big blast and a half. And, guys, we've got the Lionsgate portal. For any of you that knows anything about that, I am going to be doing 3 different things for the Lionsgate portal. You'll find it on X, but you'll also find it here at Cosmic Carousel and Mindforked, because we've got the opening of the portal coming up on the 26th, that I will be doing an opening of the portal with invocations, transmissions, and activations. August 8th is the peak of the portal. So I will be doing the same stuff, but different for the peak of the portal. And then the closing of the portal is August 12th. Always a huge time of year, guys, for energies. And with all the energies that we're being catapulted with right now, we want to pay attention. So I will be bringing that this coming week.
We're having a show. We decided to do a show, right?
We're going to do a show.
For the closing of the portal, you're doing readings?
Yes, for the closing of the portal. And we'll be doing tarot card readings as well, and oracle readings for that. But I'm also going to be doing spaces about this stuff on X, because I have to do this every year. It's just a really cool and important time. And the Lionsgate is very near and dear to my heart. So we've got those things coming up, guys. And we'll keep you informed as we go. So yeah, it's just incredible times right now. Lots to be excited for. And I'm just so excited. Like, really,
Me too.
So,
I can't wait to see the music video. We're
going to show it in a second. Before that, I have one little teaser, because next Friday, and this is where the booping happens, next Friday is Betty Boop night. So before we go to your video real quick, I'm going to play a little promo. If you guys like what you see, subscribe, like, comment, whatever. Just make us feel like you were listening.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Rebecca's so sweet. Hold on. I'm going to play this little promo.
A little soft, a little sponge, a little rough. Oh, wash away your troubles in the tub.
That gave me a chance to catch up on chat. I'm sitting here going, chat, StreamYard, chat, media. Anyway, join us next week. It'll be really fun. It's just a premiere. It's not live. I'm just going to play it. It's an hour of Betty Boop and commercials and news from the 1930s and all kinds of little fun stuff and little games. So please join us. And finally, to close us up so we can give Kevin his evening back, an encore presentation. Are we ready for an encore? Encore.
Yeah.
Hold on. I think we know who's ready. The groupies. The estrellitas are ready.
Kevin's running. Kevin's running.
Wait. There we go. Don't run away from them. Do not run away from the groupies, the estrellitas. Okay, so here we go, you guys. And I love you guys. Go back. We're going to put us all backstage and play us off and shut down the
Don't
show.
take off,
All right?
Kevin.
Wait for us to say goodnight. Don't go anywhere. Okay, so here we go. Without further ado, an encore presentation of
Light cycles
Light
on
Cycles
Mars.
on Mars. Already forgot. I'm like, Light Cycles on Mars. Here we go.
Thank you, everybody.
Ah.
Cycle 1. Cycle 2. Cycle 3. Cycle 4.